his first bout at home in 2024. But it's a decision that goes for Michael Pizzuto, and here at 157, it's Ethen Miller versus Eric Tecson.
Miller is one of the quickest, most elusive and entertaining wrestlers in all of the nation right now, and has been for the last couple of years, especially now that he's moved up to 157. He says he feels more comfortable at this weight.
And he's earned that number 14 next to his name, being a top 15 wrestler at 57 in the country. It's because he's 6-0 this season and was the 157 Tiger-style champion in his hometown of Kansas City, Missouri.
Right, one of only two that we talked about on this team. A lot of them did well, and most of them did place, but we got Seth Nevels as well, and it was also in Kansas City, Ryan, Kansas City, Missouri.
Hometown for the Miller brothers. Ethen Miller, older brother of Cal Miller, who wasn't there at 149 today. Usual wrestler going for the double leg shot. Ethen Miller wants the opening points of this 57 bout.
Both Ethen and Cal, big Kansas City fans. You can see that on their social media page as well, Ryan. And they big fans of, obviously, last year's result in the NFL, Ryan.
Defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. Head coach Alex Clemson, also from that area. Trying to play like a champion right now is Ethen Miller. Grabbing the right leg of Tecson and working on the left leg sweep, and finally gets it for the takedown. Big takedown for Ethen Miller. Now we'll add on the riding time points against Eric Tecson. Into the lineup, the sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Caskia Hall Prep High School.
Ryan, I just feel like we're going to see a montage of Miller time right now. And these next couple of matches between, obviously, Ethen's going right now. And
121, gentlemen,
that one out of bounds. Ethen already with a 3-0 lead over Tecson.
And for Tecson, James, this is the first dual action he's seen so far this year. He's 2-12 on his career.
Stay set. Cover legal top.
But this was a spot where Seamus McIntosh has been in all season for Morgan State at 57. But now it's Eric Tecson getting his first dual action of the season. It's a pretty tough wrestler to start with in number 14, Ethen Miller.
You could say that, Ryan. It's no coincidence that Texan's getting this start, though, right today. And not to say that Morgan State didn't want to wrestle their other guy, but when you're going up against a ranked guy like Ethen Miller, you're smart about who you're going to put in there.
Guys, 1 minute, let's work here.
Give Tecson his first opportunity to take off in his college career.
Eric Tecson thrown into the fire here against Maryland, who's already with a 19-0 lead. First.
Working to score.
3 bouts for Maryland, won by at least a tech fall, so at least by 5 points, and then the pin to Dario Lemus.
And this is a guy in Tecson is not really, his name isn't unfamiliar here. His brother's also a wrestler on the team too, and Trey Sean.
Yeah.
Trey Sean, I believe he's not going to be seen tonight, but.
So it's Tecson who will start on Botter, looking for the escape point as Miller close to a minute of riding time in the first period. Mat return for Miller against Eric Tecson, who's no stranger to this Maryland team either. He competed last year at Morgan State. He lost to number 32, Michael North, who was that consistent 157 for Maryland last year. North picking up a major decision against Tecson. 12-0 is how North was able to win that one last year.
And this is just tough. I mean, North was ranked from a large part of that season last year, Ryan. North was one of the only guys that picked up a pin versus Northwestern, a Big Ten opponent, one of the two Maryland got last year.
Short time.
So Michael North, and then coming in here and facing Ethen Miller. Just, I mean, Tecson, it's a tough one.
Not only is he no stranger to Maryland, he's no stranger to Maryland's best wrestlers, going from North to Miller. And Ethen Miller had that one takedown. This is how he got the 3-0 advantage.
Yeah, he got the ankle pick there. Look, and he gets that last one, just clips the ankle there and gets his 3-0, like you mentioned, Ryan.
Stay set. Top, cover legal.
And can we talk about just how packed this place is, Ryan, for a wrestling match, Friday night action? I mean, people showed up. It's Shrek night, like we mentioned.
Yeah, Shrek night, mental health night here for Maryland. Then a good amount of orange and navy in the fan section as well from Morgan State, just about an hour north in Baltimore.
Improve.
Miller able to get out the escape point, 4-0 in favor of Ethen Miller, the redshirt junior from Park Hill High School. Led the team with 5 major decisions last year, 2-time NCAA qualifier and a 2-time Big Ten placer. And Ethen Miller, as well as his brother Cal Miller, they both go up a weight class. So Miller jumps up from 49 to 57. And on that transformation, as Miller's up 4-0 on Tecson, head coach Alex Clemson said he's never seen a transformation like that for any wrestler. As Miller gets another takedown on Eric Tecson. That's what happens when you gain 13.5 pounds of net muscle. Losing fat and gaining muscle, Miller just becoming a bigger wrestler and grew into a 57. It was an idea moving him up that Clemson says he talked with his assistant coaches in about late July about.
Improve.
And so far, they're making the decision look good with Ethen Miller.
Absolutely. And Miller's
Still
just talked
red.
about how he's walked
Still
around
red.
at a higher weight
You're
class,
neutral.
too. This makes it a little bit easier for wrestlers, not
Yeah,
having to cut so much that
established position, yeah.
life doesn't get as
Go ahead.
brutal, Ryan. Even though they still got to see an opponent on the mats every week. In terms of the way that they diet and stuff, it's not as much of a struggle. But I think they would tell you something different as well. But Miller off the mats, too, has really just been a success academically and professionally, too, Ryan.
They got their Miller Time apparel brand, too.
3.
Miller takedown comes from Ethen Miller. Saying, hey, don't talk about my apparel brand. Watch this takedown I get to now go up 9 points.
My bad, Ryan, just distracting you there, but just shows you that these guys aren't just forces on the mats, they're forces in real life too, and
Work the
trying
score
to
here.
share a positive impact
Work
on
the
not only the
score
university
here.
but on the world too. As Miller also has a business with another fellow guy on the team in Jackson Smith called TerraThreads, clothing business where they resell apparel.
Green.
Making
What do
money
you wanna do, bud?
off the mat and on it. How about this takedown from Ethen Miller?
A money takedown, Ryan,
Going down?
as another clip of the leg.
Going
And
down.
he's got a
You gonna start
10-1
next?
lead. It's going to be a major decision if things stay where they are. Also got
Okay.
over 2 minutes of riding
Table.
time. That's going to be
Green's
secured
down.
here.
1 green, neutral.
At about the minute 19 mark. Hasn't been secured yet.
Ethen Miller having his way so far against Eric Tecson. That's been our case so far, with Maryland leading 19-0. Winners of all
Line it up,
4
line it up.
bouts
Come on, guys,
thus
keep it
far.
clean.
All by bonus points until
Sit.
Michael Pizzuto pulls out a quick 2-1 win. Just about to go at 149.
And I think that's still best case for Pizzuto. You know, obviously he wanted to place better in that last match, but coming in unexpected to wrestle until Cal Miller is taken out of the starting lineup. I mean, still a good win for Pizzuto, especially for these Terps too, and keep Morgan State at 0.
Here's Tecson. Pick up Miller. And Ethen Miller trying to preserve his major decision territory.
Absolutely. Also in Tecson, hooking that knee of Miller hasn't had surgery on it, but ACL and MCL injuries he's had in the past
Take it red,
of
take
Ethen
it
Miller's
red.
knees. So, but Tecson trying to get that knee and work something with it. Miller not letting that
Got a
happen, and
minute,
we just
guys,
saw
work
riding
here.
time secured.
How about another takedown for Ethen Miller? Adding it up here as he looks now to potentially win by
Neutral.
tech fall. Again, another escape, though, will make that more difficult. Eric Tecson picks up his 3rd. 13-3 in favor of Miller.
He's going to have to get at least 2 takedowns here, Ryan. He got one there.
We'll get one right as you say that.
Still red.
Takedown party for Ethen Miller.
1 to neutral.
Another one there, but an escape point back to Eric Tecson.
So he needs a takedown here, Ryan, or a reversal of some sort. But Miller going for the takedown. You can believe that.
Double leg shot. Trying to work from the top, working on the right arm, and then flipping the shoulders.
Miller just so aggressive. He wants the tech fall win badly here, or a pin, but he's just got 20 seconds to work with that, Ryan, and both wrestlers are back on their feet. He's going to have to shoot now.
Good defense on the Texan shot and gets that takedown, as you mentioned. On Shrek night, Ethen Miller gets it done. Takedown after takedown. Ogre and ogre again. Ethen Miller wins 19-4 and pushes Maryland's lead to 24.
It's what you expected.